point spread at 6.5 right now. Arizona State's favored in the game, so not quite a touchdown.
Opened at 3.5.
Yeah, so there's been some movement.
Yeah.
And the points total in the game is 60. You heard kind of what David said a second ago. Maybe the score is a little bit out of whack because of kind of the opening pick six, and then it snowballed a little bit. But he also pointed out that Arizona State had success running the football. To me, the other thing that stands out is the fact that they gave up a touchdown, on the final drive of the game? Yeah. I don't know if it was final play, but it was at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the team that was picked dead last in the Big 12 by the media going into the season. But it's also a Mississippi State team that was picked near the bottom of the SEC going into the year. I think we saw some things offensively on Saturday that were exactly what we wanted to see in terms of, hey, what's Jeff Levy's offense going to look like? They scored 32 seconds into the season. Well, that's a good start. They played fast. Kevin Coleman was outstanding. We don't know if Kelly Akari is going to be available this week. Do you have a gut or a thought on that, hey, Dad?
I think he'll play.
You think he will play?
Yeah, there's a video going around of him after a touchdown on the sideline, jumping up, dancing, moving around. I think they were just precautionary with him. I think if State had played Arizona State last week, he would have played.
Okay. That certainly would be good news for Mississippi State. Jordan Mosley was good. Stonka Burnside got into the action a little bit. I think he had one catch in the game for negative yards, but kind of got his feet wet in college football. So as we sit here, 4 days away, what's your thought on this game, hey, Dan? Like what are the areas where you're like, okay, I think Mississippi State can have some success here. This is what concerns me a little bit.
What concerns me the most is, being on the road with a team for the first time this season against a team that should be very confident. When they're coming off a really terrible season, Arizona State. They were really bad last year. They didn't beat anybody the way they beat up on Wyoming this weekend. So you've got that. You got the coach telling their fans, their students, we need you. We're going to beat an SEC team. You want to be there to see that. State needs to come out in this game, the same way they came out last week. They got to come out firing, get the ball, get down the field, and get 7 points on the board quickly. Otherwise, if you're going to let that crowd start to linger and get into the game a little bit, it could present a problem for you. So that's my biggest concern for State is, can they duplicate that fast start on the road that they got at home this past week?
If you're curious about the weather, Saturday's high is 107, the low is 86. That is a 7:30 local time kickoff.
Low is a relative word there.
Yeah. Not a lot of humidity. It's going to be a dry heat.
Yeah, there's always something.
I mean, it's going to be upper 90s at kickoff, and then we'll cool off a little bit as the game goes along. Borky, when you look at this matchup, what's the area for Mississippi State that concerns you going in?
The defensive front. I watched a lot of this Arizona State game. I'm a sicko. Haydad's rubbing off on me. I usually would not have stayed up for Arizona State, Wyoming, but I thought, number one, I need to watch Arizona State for obvious reasons, and two, college football ends just as fast as it gets here, so I need to just watch this game. Yeah, Levitt's a good athlete. He's a good runner at quarterback, too, so they're going to have to respect that. But that's where I'd be concerned is Arizona State being able to just run the football. The old cliche that, staying on schedule offensively. And that's where I am most concerned is Arizona State's ability to run the football with their quarterback. That's a good athlete. Not the best passer you've ever seen, but he's good. It's not, with all due respect to Bulldog legend Mike Wright. It's not like he's Mike Wright back there. He can throw the football and does pretty well. But that's the key matchup. If State's giving up 4 or 5 yards a carry, it could be a long night. It's a game they certainly can win. Arizona State, I don't think, is the worst team in the Big 12, and they are most certainly improved from last year's team.
I have a bit of a personal quandary about this game. It's just a me problem. Kicks off at 10:30 on the East Coast. I will be on the East Coast.
Time's your flight on Sunday?
5 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Just stay up. Just stay. What time is your game?
It is a 6 o'clock Eastern time start.
Yeah, you're just out of luck.
So
just sleep in. Try to get some sleep Saturday morning.
Kicks at 6. Probably get out of Milan Pusker about 9:30. Driving back to Pittsburgh Saturday night.
Just in time to catch the game. Stay up, watch it. Just stay awake. Sleep when you get home.
10:30 on the East. It probably finishes at 2.
Just stay awake. There's no going to bed.
12:30, 1:30. It probably finishes about 2.
Which is the time a normal human being would start getting ready to go to the airport for a 5 o'clock flight. But,
I was doing the math. I think I'm going to skip on the rental car. Actually, no, I don't have the option of skipping on the rental car because I got to drive from Pittsburgh to. Yeah. All right, so flight's at 5, board's at 4:30. Probably need to be dropping the rental car off at 3:30.
How long a drive is it?
15 minutes to get to the airport, so I need to be walking out of the hotel at 3:15.
Better hope this game doesn't run long. Luckily, you got an offense that should help you with that.
Yeah.
You're not going to bed.
I might take a nap.
Yeah.
I'll set like 7 alarms. Say what?
How long's the flight?
It's Pittsburgh to Charlotte, which is like 45 minutes or an hour, and then I've got a 2-hour layover or something like that.
Oh, you get a little nap in the airport, it'll be fine.
And then Charlotte to Memphis.
Hey, that's what, an hour and 10?
There were later flight options, but it's like there aren't many opportunities to get back on Sunday morning and to be able to like meet up with my family and go to church with them during football season. So I was like, I'm going to take advantage of this. And I was like, okay. There may have to be a nap at some point on Sunday afternoon, at least a short one. We'll get through it, though, one way or the other. Is there a way to download the game and then watch the game on the...
There's a YouTube account that will upload it pretty fast after.
Yeah. We were talking about that yesterday at the press conference. Our guy, Wheels. That man does a great service for America.
And whatever, black market VPN thing he's using to block all the copyrights that would be against him is pretty impressive.
He's great.
Somebody says sleep when you die. I am generally on board with that. But sleeping for an hour and a half, that's tough.
Nobody wants that.